decoding the fundamentals of crypto, one block at a time. Welcome to Chain Insights, where we analyze and break down the core principles of exciting crypto projects using cutting-edge AI tools. Always remember that our content is for educational purposes only and should not be considered financial advice.
Welcome to today's deep dive. We're going to be exploring AAVE,
Yeah,
one of the major players in the world of DeFi.
absolutely.
And DeFi, of course, being decentralized finance.
Yeah, it's a really exciting space to be in right now.
It is, and it can be pretty confusing as well. So I think it's great that we're diving into AAVE specifically.
It is.
Can you tell us a bit more about what AAVE's mission is and what they're trying to achieve?
Yeah, so AAVE is really aiming to create a more open and accessible financial system.
Okay.
One where you don't need traditional intermediaries like banks to lend and borrow money.
So it's like cutting out the middleman and letting people connect directly,
Exactly.
but using cryptocurrency instead of traditional currency.
Exactly. That's the whole idea behind DeFi.
Got it.
And AAVE is doing this on a pretty massive scale.
Wow.
We're talking billions of dollars in weekly volume across multiple blockchain networks.
Billions.
Billions.
That's mind-boggling.
Yeah, it's really impressive.
So how does it actually work? Where does the money come from, or the crypto in this case?
Right. So it all starts with these things called liquidity pools.
Okay.
Think of them as like big digital pots of crypto.
Okay.
Anyone who wants to earn interest on their crypto can deposit it into these pools.
Gotcha.
So these are the suppliers or the lenders in the AAVE ecosystem.
Okay, so that's where the crypto comes from.
Yeah.
But what about the people who want to borrow?
Right. So that's where collateral comes in.
Okay.
If you want to borrow from AAVE, you need to provide collateral, usually in the form of another cryptocurrency.
Okay.
And the key here is that the value of your collateral needs to be higher than the amount you're borrowing.
So it's like a safety net for the lenders.
Exactly.
If the borrower can't repay, AAVE can sell their collateral to cover the loss.
Precisely, this collateralization is essential for managing risk
Right.
and ensuring the stability of the whole system.
Okay.
It's one of the core principles of how DeFi lending works.
This is making a lot more sense.
Good.
But how are the interest rates determined?
Right.
Who decides what the borrowers have to pay?
So this is one of the coolest parts about AAVE.
Uh,
They don't rely on like a central authority to set interest rates.
Yeah.
Instead, they use algorithms that automatically adjust rates based on supply and demand within each liquidity pool.
So if there's a lot of demand for borrowing and not much crypto available to lend,
Yeah.
the rates go up.
Exactly. It's like a self-regulating market
Wow.
driven by the forces of supply and demand.
Okay.
And to add another layer of flexibility, AAVE offers both fixed and variable interest rates for borrowers.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense. Gives borrowers more options
Exactly.
and more control.
Yeah.
But, whenever we talk about DeFi, I always hear about these things called flash loans.
Yeah.
They sound almost too good to be true.
Flash loans are definitely one of AAVE's most innovative features.
Okay.
And they're kind of mind-bending if you're used to traditional finance.
Yeah.
Essentially, a flash loan allows you to borrow a significant amount of crypto without putting down any collateral.
Wait, hold on. No collateral.
Yeah,
That sounds incredibly risky.
it is.
What's the catch?
The catch is that you have to repay the loan within the same transaction.
Oh,
We're talking like a matter of seconds.
okay.
The entire loan process needs to be executed in a single block on the blockchain.
So it's like a super fast, high stakes loan
Exactly.
that needs to be repaid almost instantaneously.
Yeah.
What's the point of that?
It might seem strange, but it opens up a whole world of possibilities in DeFi.
Like what?
So, for example, you could use a flash loan to take advantage of arbitrage opportunities,
Okay.
buying an asset on one exchange where it's cheap
Uh-huh.
and instantly selling it on another exchange where it's more expensive.
Okay, so that sounds like something that only a seasoned crypto trader
Yeah,
would be able to take advantage of.
probably.
Are there any other use cases that might be more applicable to, regular people?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Another interesting use case is refinancing loans. You could take out a flash loan to repay a more expensive loan from another platform
Right.
and instantly replace it with a cheaper loan from a law of saving you money on interest.
So flash loans are starting to make a little bit more sense now.
Good.
So apart from these flash loans,
Yeah.
what else makes AAVE stand out in the world of DeFi?
AAVE is all about innovation.
Okay.
They're constantly adding new features to improve the user experience
Right.
and create more opportunities in DeFi.
Okay.
One example is their collateral swap feature.
Collateral swap.
Yeah.
Remind me what collateral is again?
Yeah, so collateral is what borrowers put down as security to secure their loans.
Right, right.
So let's say you deposit Ethereum as collateral for a loan,
Okay.
but the price of Ethereum starts to drop rapidly. You risk getting liquidated,
Oh, no.
meaning AAVE automatically sells your collateral to cover the loan.
Gotcha.
But with collateral swap, you can swap your Ethereum for a more stable asset, say a stablecoin pegged to the US dollar, before it gets liquidated.
So it's a way to protect yourself from that market volatility.
Exactly. It's a really clever way to manage risk
Okay.
and protect yourself from those market fluctuations.
That's a great feature.
Yeah,
It sounds like AAVE is trying to give borrowers as much flexibility as possible.
exactly. They want to make it as user-friendly as possible.
Okay. And what about this loan repayment with collateral feature?
Right. So this is another feature that streamlines the borrowing process.
Okay.
Let's say you want to close your loan position.
Right.
Instead of going through a separate process to repay the loan and then get your collateral back,
Right.
you can simply repay the loan directly with your collateral in a single transaction.
So again, it's all about simplicity
Exactly.
and making things efficient.
Yeah,
But AAVE isn't limited to just one blockchain, is it?
that's right.
Like it's not just on Ethereum.
Exactly.
It's on multiple blockchains.
AAVE's designed to be what we call multi-network or cross-chain.
Yeah, I think
So it can operate on several different blockchains.
And what's the advantage of that?
So it allows AAVE to tap into faster and cheaper blockchains like Polygon or Avalanche, which can attract a wider range of users and make transactions more affordable.
That makes sense.
It also diversifies their risk, spreading their operations across multiple networks.
That's a smart strategy,
Yeah,
especially given, the scalability challenges that Ethereum has faced in the past.
exactly.
And on top of all of this, AAVE also has its own native stablecoin, right?
Yes, they do. It's called GHO.
GHO.
GHO. And it's designed to be decentralized and over-collateralized,
Okay,
just like the AAVE protocol itself.
got it.
The idea is to create a stablecoin that's more transparent and resilient than some of the existing stablecoins in the market.
Wow, so they really are covering all of their bases.
They are.
Lending platform, innovative features,
Yeah.
multi-network capabilities,
Yeah.
even their own stablecoin.
It's pretty impressive.
Yeah, AAVE is really sounding like a DeFi powerhouse.
They're definitely a force to be reckoned with in the DeFi space. But before we dive deeper into the AAVE token itself,
Yeah.
and what role it plays in this whole ecosystem, let's take a quick step back and look at AAVE's price history.
Okay, so we've talked about how innovative and ambitious AAVE is,
Yeah.
but how is that translated into its market performance?
Right, so the AAVE token, like many cryptocurrencies, has seen its fair share of volatility.
So.
It reached an all-time high of over $660 back in May 2021,
Wow.
but it's currently trading at a much lower price.
So a bit of a roller coaster ride.
A little bit, yeah.
What are some of the things that have influenced the price of AAVE?
So the price of AAV is influenced by many factors, some specific to AAVE and others related to the broader crypto market.
Okay.
Things like overall market sentiment, regulatory developments,
Wow.
and competition from other DeFi protocols all play a role.
So even though AAVE is doing all of these innovative things, it's still subject to the ups and downs of the crypto market.
Absolutely. The crypto market is still relatively young
Yeah.
and highly speculative. It's important to remember that investing in any cryptocurrency, including AAVE, carries inherent risks.
That's a good point to keep in mind.
Yeah.
I'm really curious now to learn more about the AAVE token itself
Yeah.
and how it fits into this whole ecosystem.
Yeah.
What exactly does it do?
So the AAVE token is really at the heart of the AAVE protocol.
Okay.
It serves several crucial functions,
Right.
including governance staking and providing a safety net for the platform.
And that's what we'll explore in the next part of our deep dive.
Exactly.
Okay, can't wait.
Let's do it.
Stay tuned.
Yeah.
We'll be right back.
Yeah.
Welcome back to our deep dive into AAVE.
Yeah.
Last time we explored how AAVE is revolutionizing lending and borrowing in the world of DeFi.
It's a really exciting space.
It is. We talked about liquidity pools and flash loans and even their own stablecoin GHO.
Yeah, we covered a lot of ground.
We did.
But now let's zoom in on the AAVE token itself.
Okay.
It's not just another cryptocurrency. It plays a crucial role in how the AAVE protocol functions and evolves.
Okay, so we touched upon the fact that AAVE has something to do with governance.
Yes.
But I'm still a bit fuzzy on what that actually means.
Sure. So think of it like this. If AAVE is a decentralized financial system,
Right.
then the AAVE token holders are the voters
Okay.
who get to decide how that system operates.
Got it.
Holding AAVE tokens gives you voting rights on proposals that affect the future of the protocol.
So it's like owning shares in a company and being able to vote on important decisions.
Exactly.
But in this case, the company is a decentralized protocol
Exactly.
run by code and algorithms.
Yeah, and these proposals, also known as AAVE improvement proposals, or AIPs.
AIPs.
AIPs, yeah, they can cover a wide range of topics, from adding new features and adjusting risk parameters to changing fee structures and even integrating with other protocols.
So the token holders have a lot of power.
They do. It's a very democratic system.
It makes sense that they would want to have a say in how this whole system evolves.
Absolutely.
But governance is just one aspect of the AAVE token, right?
Right. Another key function is staking.
Staking.
Yeah, you can think of staking as a way to earn rewards
Okay.
for supporting the security and stability of the AAVE protocol.
Oh.
By locking up or staking your AAVE tokens, you're essentially helping to validate transactions and secure the network.
So you're putting your AAVE tokens to work for the good of the ecosystem.
Exactly.
And in return, you get rewarded.
Precisely. And there are different ways to stake AAVE.
Okay.
You can stake your tokens directly through the AAVE protocol or use something called balancer pool tokens, or BPTs.
Okay, now we're getting into some more advanced territory here.
A little bit, yeah.
What exactly are these balancer pool tokens?
So Balancer is another DeFi protocol
Okay.
that specializes in creating liquidity pools, but with a twist.
Okay, what's the twist?
Instead of just having two assets in a pool like AAVE typically does,
Right.
Balancer allows for multiple assets to be pooled together.
So it's like a more diverse portfolio of crypto assets all bundled into one token.
Exactly. And these balancer pools are managed by algorithms
Okay.
that automatically rebalance the asset ratios to maintain a certain weighting.
Okay, I'm following so far, but how does this connect back to AAVE and staking?
Right, so some of these balancer pools are designed specifically for AAVE.
Okay.
So you can deposit your AAVE tokens into these pools, receive DPTs in return,
Okay.
and then stake those BPTs to earn rewards from both AAVE and Balancer.
That's pretty clever.
Yeah, it's a popular strategy.
It seems like Balancer is adding another layer of flexibility and potential rewards for AAV holders.
Exactly.
But whenever we talk about locking up your crypto for staking,
Yeah,
the question of security always comes to mind.
of course.
What happens if something goes wrong with the AAVE protocol?
That's a valid concern, and it's something that AAVE has addressed with its safety module.
Safety module.
Yeah, the AAVE tokens that are staked in the protocol act as a form of insurance or a safety net.
So it's like a reserve fund
Exactly.
that can be used to cover losses if there's a bug in the code or some other unforeseen event.
Exactly. The staked AAVE tokens can be used to compensate lenders if there's a shortfall in the system,
Okay.
mitigating the risk for those who are providing liquidity to the protocol.
That adds another layer of confidence for lenders,
It does.
knowing that there's a mechanism in place to protect their funds.
Yeah.
It sounds like AAV has really thought through the security implications of decentralized finance.
They have a strong track record when it comes to security.
Okay, good to
They've undergone multiple audits from leading security firms, have an active bug bounty program,
Yeah.
and they're constantly working to improve the robustness of the protocol.
It's reassuring to know that they're taking security seriously.
Absolutely.
But, beyond the technical aspects of AAVE, I'm also curious about the wider impact it's having on the world of finance.
Yeah, so AAVE is at the forefront of a movement that's challenging the traditional financial system. They're building a more open, transparent, and accessible financial system, one that's powered by code and community governance.
It's exciting to see how DeFi is empowering individuals
Right.
and creating new possibilities that were simply not available before.
Yeah, it's a really exciting time.
But as with any new technology, there are also challenges and risks, right?
Of course, DeFi is still in its early stages.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of work to be done.
Okay.
One of the biggest challenges is scalability.
Okay.
How to handle the increasing number of transactions and users as DeFi becomes more mainstream.
It's like the classic problem of growing pains.
Exactly.
You need to make sure the infrastructure can keep up with the demand.
Yeah.
So what are some of the ways that AAVE is addressing this challenge?
So they're exploring various solutions,
Okay.
including integrating with layer 2 scaling solutions,
Okay.
which are essentially separate blockchains that sit on top of Ethereum and can process transactions much faster and cheaper.
So it's like creating express lanes for AAVE transactions.
Yeah.
Bypass the congestion, on the main Ethereum highway.
That's a good analogy.
And they're also looking at integrating with other blockchain networks, right?
Yeah, beyond just Ethereum-compatible ones.
To further expand their reach and capacity?
Exactly.
It sounds like they're taking a multifaceted approach to address the scalability challenge.
They are. They're being very proactive.
But scalability is just one piece of the puzzle, right?
Right.
What about the regulatory landscape?
Yeah.
Governments around the world are still trying to figure out how to deal with this whole DeFi thing.
Yeah, regulation is definitely a key factor to consider. And it's something that AAVE is closely monitoring. They're actively engaging with regulators and working to ensure compliance, while also advocating for policies that foster innovation and growth in the DeFi space.
It's a delicate balancing act.
Yes.
You want to protect consumers and prevent illicit activities.
Right.
But you also don't want to stifle the incredible potential of DeFi.
Exactly. It's a tough challenge.
And it's not just about navigating the regulatory landscape in existing financial systems, right? DeFi is also challenging our fundamental assumptions about money value and how financial systems should operate.
It's a paradigm shift.
It's like we're at the beginning of a new era in finance.
Yeah.
And AAVE is helping to write the rules of the game.
They're definitely one of the leading players.
But before we get carried away with all the possibilities,
Yeah.
let's bring it back to the investor's perspective.
Okay.
We know that AAVE has seen some significant price fluctuations.
Yeah.
What are some of the key factors that investors should consider when evaluating AAVE as an investment?
That's a great question, and it's something we'll delve into in the final part of our deep dive.
Okay.
We'll explore the relationship between AAVE's development roadmap, its adoption rate, and its potential for future growth.
Okay, sounds good. We've explored AAVE's innovative features, its governance model, and its role in the broader DeFi landscape.
Right. And now we're going to shift gears a little bit
Okay.
and focus on AAVE as an investment opportunity.
Okay, great, because I think a lot of people listening are probably wondering,
Yeah,
is this something that they should be investing in?
exactly.
So what are some of the key things that investors should be thinking about when they're evaluating AAVE?
So it's important to approach any cryptocurrency, including AAVE, with a balanced perspective.
Okay.
There's certainly potential for growth, but there are also risks to consider.
So it's not a guaranteed path to riches, like some people might think.
Exactly.
What are some of the specific factors that could influence the price of AAVE going forward?
So one of the most important factors is adoption.
Okay.
The more people and institutions that use AAVE, the higher the demand for the AAVE token, which could drive up its price.
Makes sense.
Right.
So if AAVE becomes the go-to platform for decentralized lending and borrowing,
Yeah.
the value of its native token should reflect that success.
Right.
But adoption is a pretty broad concept.
Yeah.
What are some of the things that could drive wider adoption of AAVEs?
So I think innovation is key.
Okay.
AAVE has a strong track record of introducing new features and expanding its capabilities,
Okay.
which can attract new users and keep existing ones engaged.
So investors should be keeping an eye on the development roadmap and what's coming up next.
Exactly. Stay up to date on what the AAVE team is working on.
What are some of the things that you're excited about?
So we talked about their GHO stablecoin,
Yeah.
which I think has the potential to really disrupt the stablecoin market.
Yeah.
They're also actively working on scaling solutions to address the issue of network congestion and transaction fees,
Right.
which can be a major barrier to wider adoption.
Definitely. We talked about layer 2 solutions and integrating with other blockchains to improve scalability. But even if AAVE builds the best platform in the world, they still have to navigate this evolving regulatory landscape, right?
Absolutely. Regulatory clarity or the lack thereof is a major factor that can influence investor sentiment.
Right.
Positive developments like clear guidelines for DeFi protocols could boost confidence and drive investment, while negative news or uncertainty could have the opposite effect.
It's like a wild card that could really swing the market.
Exactly. So investors need to stay informed about what regulators are saying and doing in the DeFi space.
Okay. Good advice, but it's not just about external factors, right?
Right.
Also faces competition
Yes.
from other DeFi protocols.
The DeFi space is incredibly competitive with new projects constantly emerging.
Right.
So AAVE needs to continue innovating and differentiating itself to maintain its market share and attract users.
It's like an ongoing race.
Yeah.
to stay ahead of the curve and offer the best features and the lowest fees and the most secure platform.
Exactly.
So what are some of the key things that set AAVE apart from its competitors?
Well, I think AAVE has a few key advantages. First, they have a strong first-mover advantage.
Okay.
They were one of the first DeFi lending protocols to gain significant traction, which has given them a head start in building a loyal community and establishing trust.
So it's like brand recognition in a way.
Exactly. Yeah. They have a good reputation in the space.
Okay, yeah.
Second, they have a very active and engaged community of developers and users who are constantly contributing to the protocol's development and growth.
So that's really important to have that community support.
Yeah, it fosters a sense of ownership and shared purpose.
Yeah.
Which can be a powerful motivator for innovation.
Okay, and what's the third thing?
And third, AAVE has a proven track record of security and reliability.
Okay.
They've been audited by multiple reputable firms, have a bug bounty program, and have implemented various risk mitigation measures, which gives users confidence that their funds are relatively safe.
Okay, so those are all strong points in AAVE's favor.
They are.
But at the end of the day, investors want to know, is AAVE a good investment?
Right.
What's your take?
Well, I don't have a crystal ball.
Sure.
But I can say that AAVE has a lot of factors working in its favor.
Okay.
If they can continue to execute their roadmap, navigate the regulatory landscape effectively, and stay ahead of the competition, I think AAVE has the potential to be a solid investment over the long term.
But it's important to emphasize that crypto is inherently a high-risk, high-reward asset class.
Absolutely.
Investors need to do their own research, understand the risks involved, and never invest more than they can afford to lose.
Great advice.
This has been such a fascinating deep dive into AAVE.
Yes.
From its innovative technology to its potential impact on the future of finance.
Yeah.
We've learned about liquidity pools, flash loans, governance, tokens, stablecoins, so much more.
We've only scratched the surface.
Yeah.
But hopefully this deep dive has given you a solid foundation for understanding AAVE and its place in the rapidly evolving world of decentralized finance.
I think it definitely has.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
And keep exploring, stay curious. And remember, the future of finance is being written right now, and AAVE is playing a leading role in shaping that future.
Absolutely. It's an exciting time to be involved.
If you enjoyed this breakdown and want more deep dives into crypto fundamentals, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe. It really helps the channel grow.